Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Hold on. Today is still Sunday, November 10th, 2024. I am back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm truly grateful. Hold on, y'all. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in last night to the late night live. Surprised me how many people showed up. Showed me how many people didn't have nothing to do on a Saturday night other than me. Which I had something to do, but I preferred to stay home and chill. It's okay to chill every now and then. So anyway, let's talk about these migrants, illegal immigrants. Not migrants, illegal immigrants. I was looking at Facebook at one of those liberal Kamala Democrats made a post saying that if Jesus was in America right now, he would be deported. If Jesus was in America right now, he would be deported, according to this post. They really thought they really said some deep stuff. This is how delusional these people are. If Jesus was in America, he would be deported. You know, Jesus, the one who never sinned, never broke the law, never did nothing wrong, he would be deported. Why would he be deported if he wouldn't be here illegally? Because he don't break the law, he don't sin, he don't do nothing wrong. So therefore, Jesus wouldn't have been here illegally. Do y'all not get it? The problem is not immigrants and immigration. The problem is illegal immigration. We're trying to get rid of the illegals. We welcome the ones who legally want to come here. I also saw one said, we don't want to help nobody. Talking about America. We all for ourselves. We don't want to help nobody. Them people need help. Talking about all the millions of immigrants around the world. And we're supposed to be the ones to help everybody. Even though you ain't got nothing. Have you not noticed the American people are struggling? You can't help the poor if you one of them. You can't feed nobody when you hungry. You can't loan nobody money when you broke. How are we supposed to help the world when they're struggling right here? What's wrong with y'all? That's what we just avoided by not putting her in office. People that think you're supposed to just open your country up to any and everybody want to come in. Help them, everybody help, come on. Kumbaya, we love everybody, come on. Imagine being married to somebody. Y'all got kids. Especially you women that love Kamala Harris. Imagine you was married, you got a husband. And you got 5 kids with that husband. Y'all at the house broke, struggling, home, refrigerator empty, bills getting disconnected. And you looking at your husband give money, the money y'all do have, he giving it away to other folks, helping them pay their bills. Ladies, Kamala Harris supporters, pull up, have a seat. You're married to a man. Y'all got 5 kids. Kids got holes in their shoes. Hungry. Refrigerator empty. And the little money y'all do have, you watching your husband try to feed the neighborhood. Cause, they need help. They struggling. What you gonna look at your husband like, what? You got 5 kids with this man, holes in his shoes, refrigerator empty, lights about to get disconnected. And the little money y'all have for y'all bills that you do have left, which ain't much, you're struggling, you're behind on everything, you watching your husband get a rest that you have left to other folks. Talking about they struggling. They need help. You would divorce his ass. But yet, you want to sit here and watch your country do the same thing. Don't you know our economy is in the tank? People struggling, can't find jobs, or if they got a job, they don't pay enough to pay the bills. They got to work 2, 3 jobs just to make ends meet. All along while we watching our government send money to other people. You okay with that? Well, obviously, since Trump has been elected, there are some people who are able to now say how they really wanted to do in the first place. Say, for instance, New York. Oh, we're, what they call it, sanctuary city. We love migrants. We're going to help them. Until, that was before they got flooded with them. It's easy to say what you'll do before you actually in the situation. But when the situation lands on your front door, now you want to change your mind. Check this here out. I'll let you see what I'm talking about.
Governor Greg Abbott might have thought that he had the last laugh when he bussed tens of thousands of migrants from his state to New York City. But the Big Apple's mayor, Eric Adams, might have one-upped him. Adams is sending 4,500 arrivals back to the Lone Star State.
Oh, really?
Adams' office has issued one-way bus and plane tickets to Texas through a voluntary program that transfers asylum seekers out of the city.
Let me get this straight. He didn't do this until Trump was elected. You hear me? Because he was scared to, because he knows the Biden administration, all of them, they was going to come down on him. Now that Trump is elected, now he's sending them back to Texas. And then Texas is going to send their ass back across that border. They're already preparing to get them out of here. See how that works? When you get some strong leadership, now the mayor is sending them back to Texas. When all along, he didn't want them there in the first place, but he was under orders by the Biden administration, take care of them, we're going to cut your funding. Now they about to be out of here, now he ain't got to worry about kissing their ass no more. Get them out of here.
Context, Abbott devised a plan in 2022 to deal with the influx of migrants from the southern border. He bussed over 45,000 undocumented people to New York City. Since then, the city has been overwhelmed by over 200,000 migrant arrivals. At the peak of New York City's migrant crisis, the city was taking in 4,000 migrants per week, prompting Adams to force hotels like the Roosevelt to shelter arrivals.
Adams is also returning migrants to Illinois, Florida, and Colorado. Abbott's office blasted Adams' move, and the Biden administration saying, quote, hypocritical Mayor Adams said busing migrants is morally bankrupt, while Harris called transporting migrants political theater, and they're doing the same thing themselves. Until borders...
ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? The New York mayor said that was wrong. That's low down, you busing people. Harris said that's wrong, you busing people. Political theater. Now y'all doing the same damn thing. Ain't that something? Ain't that a blip?
Harris steps up and does her job to secure the border, Texas will continue utilizing every tool and strategy to respond to the Biden-Harris border crisis. Abbott's plan strong-armed blue cities to turn their attention to immigration, and it caught Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis' eye, too. In the same year, he sent migrants up the East Coast to Martha's Vineyard. I guess turnabout's fair play. In this case, Mayor Eric Adams sending about 4,500 migrants back to Texas through this voluntary program. And I think Governor Abbott has a point, right? You accuse me of playing politics when I sent migrants to you, now you're sending them back, and is that not playing politics too?
Well, I mean, I guess is really a legitimate question. Abbott was pretty clear, I think, when he started his programme in 2022, that he was intending to dramatise the issue and to specifically send migrants to sanctuary cities, because Abbott's argument was those policies act as a magnet for illegal migration, therefore they should deal with the consequences of it. Now, I do wonder if that's a little different to what Adams is doing in one respect, which is he is basically saying there are so many migrants now in New York City, it's costing us a vast sum of money to deal with them. There are all sorts of other stretches and strains to do with that. If people want to go elsewhere, they should do that, and giving them a one-way ticket. I'm not sure.
It's funny, but it ain't funny, how people are willing to be okay with something that's wrong as long as it ain't happening to them. See, New York, these so-called sanctuary cities, they were okay with the illegal immigrants as long as they wasn't flooding their city. So the governors of the border cities, Texas and all of them, decided, hey, since y'all okay and y'all love the migrants or whatever you want to, you got the sanctuary cities, you want them here, we're going to send them up to you. See how you like it. We ain't mean that now. That ain't what you sending them up here for? See, they ain't think they're going to have to deal with them because they so far away from the border, they figure, hey, they safe. So we can sit up here and pretend like, hey, we love everybody. They should be allowed to come here illegally because it wasn't affecting them. Now that it's affecting them, no. Now they shipping them back down there after they came up there and bankrupted you. Now you want to send them back. Let's check out what else the great mayor of New York has decided to do since Trump was elected. Now he ain't got to pretend like he really wants them folks there, because if he didn't, the Biden administration is going to come down on him hard. Now he ain't got to play by those rules no more. Let's see what he's about to do now.
Breaking news, the mayor just announced that the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger following the breaking news for us. Josh?
Well, Bill, it's a program that, as you say, generated plenty of controversy, but now its absence may raise even more questions. The so-called Immediate Response Cards pilot program was designed to help feed migrant families who'd found themselves in New York with no way to afford food. The one-year contract provided what the city described as culturally relevant food to 2,600 migrant families, allowing them to basically buy what they wanted. A family of four with two kids under 5 got about $350 per week to cover food in a program the city said would actually save taxpayers millions a year. It also reduced food waste. You may remember the food the city had been providing in migrant shelters was seen as not culturally sensitive to the needs of some migrant groups, and it ended up just going to waste. For more than a year, the city was groaning under the weight of more than 200,000 asylum seekers. Officials say the migrant population has actually reduced lately. In fact, a massive shelter on Roosevelt Island is in the process of closing. In the meantime, Mayor Adams spoke on the phone yesterday with President-elect Donald Trump, who had vowed during his campaign to mass deport migrants. Aside from congratulating him on his win, though, Adams today would not say what they discussed.
So let me get this straight. The mayor of New York had a phone conversation with Donald Trump after he won. He wouldn't say what they discussed, but all of a sudden he cutting out the money for the migrants. I wonder what they talked about. I'm going to tell you how that conversation went. The mayor of New York talked to Trump. Even though he's a Democrat, he said, President Trump, I'm so glad you got elected, man. I'm so sick of Biden and Harris. These people up here killing us, draining us of all our resources. And if I did something about it, Biden and Harris gonna come down on me. President Trump, I'm a Democrat, but I'm so glad you got elected. So we can get these people up out of here. And they're gonna blame you for it. You heard him at the end said the mayor of New York had a phone conversation with Trump after Trump was elected, but they ain't talk. They ain't let you know what they talked about. I'm telling you what they talked about, because soon after the conversation, he shut down the money for the migrants, the vouchers and stuff that everybody been complaining about. How you gonna feed all these folks and you can't feed your own people? Because they were forced to do that by the Biden administration. Harris, he was forcing that dude to do that. Not a day out of here, he ain't got the wicked witch is gone. He's celebrating now. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you. So we can get these folks up out of here that we can't afford to take care of. A lot of y'all might say, it's cold, big boy. Them folks, they fleeing their hometown, their homeland, this, that, and the other. They struggling over there. They're going through this, they're going through that. Let me check out on the history lesson of America. Once upon a time in America, y'all remember slavery and all that? America has been through some trying, hard, difficult times in order to get to where she is now. Well, she's prosperous. Well, was prosperous. We heard now we struggling because we done effed it up with them damn Democrats. But for America got to where she was as the greatest nation in the world because we had to fight through some trying times. Just like the migrants, the stuff they're going through over there, we're going through it here too, as America. When America was first founded, we had to go through trials and tribulations. We had to fight. We fought each other. Civil War, slavery, Jim Crow, civil rights era. We didn't just show up and somebody just took care of us. We had to fight to get our country where it is, or where it came to be great. America did not start off great. We fought for it. We died for it. We shed blood for it. We didn't run and flee to another country and live off their prosperity. It's the same as if here you are, you done worked your ass off in life. Graduated high school, top of your class, worked hard, studied, did your homework, went to college or trade school, whatever, worked hard, studied, did your homework, worked hard, sacrificed. You ain't go to the club. You went out running the street. You went out partying. You went out making babies. You sacrificed to be able to have the life that you wanted. And when you finally made it, here comes somebody who ain't put in the work you put in, want you to take care of them. Well, that's the same thing these migrants doing. They don't want to put in the work to get their own homeland. They don't want to shed no blood. They don't want to fight. Well, they got a dictator. They got this. We went through slavery here in America. We fought. Our ancestors died fighting to get our country where it is. We didn't flee. We didn't run to another country and try to take over their country. Hey, feed me. No, we fought for our own land to get it to where it is. They need to do the same thing in their country. If they got a dictator or whatever they got going on, they need to handle that over there. They need to fight and die and work and sacrifice and suffer and fight and die, work, sacrifice and suffer, just like we had to do, our ancestors did. Our ancestors was not able to go to somebody else's country and then live off their resources. We had to build our own home right here. Now that we built it, y'all think we just supposed to let these people in here and just eat out what we done built? Fleeing, running from their own, they got a country. Well, they over there, they got dictators and they going through war. We went through war. You heard of the Civil War? Lost thousands of American citizens fighting to get this thing right. We didn't go over there to their country and demand that they take care of us. We stayed right here and fought till we got it the way we wanted it. Is it perfect? No. But it's the best in the world to where people running their ass over here to us. We ain't running over there to them. Think about that. Y'all feeling so sorry, so compassionate. Oh, it's hard over there where they from. They got they got land, they got resources, they got all that. They ain't willing to fight for it. They ain't willing to put in the work for it. They ain't willing to overthrow the dictator or whatever. They ain't willing to shed blood. They rather run their ass over here and mooch off us instead of fighting for their own, building their own country. Did y'all forget we had to do the same thing? We ain't just show up being the richest nation in the world. We ain't just show up being the greatest country in the world. At one time, America was shit. We were forming a more perfect union, but we wasn't a perfect union. America has been fighting amongst each other for a long time to get us to where we are now. We did not have the luxury or the privilege to just go cross the border into somebody else's country and demand that they take care of us. No, we had to fight for our own. I think it's only fair that they do the same damn thing in their own country. The same thing we had to do to build America the way it is, they got to do the same thing to build their country. You can't just run your ass over here and feed off what we had to fight and die for. Our ancestors fought and died for this. What's wrong with y'all? Black people, descendants of slaves. Our ancestors were slaves, went through all that so that we can have what we have now. And you thinking we supposed to let these people come over here and just latch on to it and they ain't put in none of the work? All we done been through over here in this country to get it the way it is now, we just gonna let them come in and just live off of it. No. I say, take y'all ass back home. I don't care how bad it is for you over there. Y'all wasn't over here helping us when we was enslaved. Y'all wasn't coming over here helping free all these damn slaves in America. Y'all wasn't helping us then. Y'all wasn't bringing you wasn't migrating over here then. Think about that. We didn't have no immigration problem when America was over here with the Civil War and slavery, Jim Crow. We didn't have no migration problem. They wasn't running their ass over here. Now everything good or whatever, and we doing pretty good now. Now you want to migrate over here. After we done fought and died and built it up, now you want to come over here and eat. Go your ass home and do the same thing we had to do over here. Fight, die, whatever you got to do, bleed, bloodshed. No, you ain't going to have it easy. We didn't have it easy. Americans, Democrats, liberals, we did not have it easy. We couldn't just go to somebody else's country and live off them when things got hard here. You know it was hard here. The Great Depression, remember that? Slavery, Jim Crow, you remember that? It's been some hard times in America. Wasn't nobody coming to help us. We couldn't go nowhere and get help. We had to fight for it right here and fix it. They got to do the same damn thing in their country. Take y'all ass home, you grown ass, able-bodied ass men, go home and fight. Go home and fight for your families to have the life that you want them to have. Don't bring your ass over here thinking you're finna live off of us. We done fought and all we done been through and sacrifice. Now you gonna come live off our sacrifice? Hell no. Bye. Get it, got it, good. Bye.